Deon, you got on the lot impact watch list last week. Did they tell you in advance, or was that a surprise?
Oh no, it was a surprise. I mean, it means a lot to me because you know, not only do they recognize on-field accomplishments or potential, but it's also off the field too. So that means a whole lot to me.
Do you get extra motivation to try and make it 3 in a row just because it's kind of become a UCLA thing recently?
No, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we call ourselves LBU now, so I mean, we have a big weight on our shoulders to just live up to the potential that some of the things that the guys before us did. Jordan Zumwalt, Anthony Barr, Eric Hendricks, those guys are phenomenal players. So it's a lot of weight on our shoulders, but I think collectively we can live up to it.
Watching you out here in coverage field especially, it seems like you've gotten a lot better there. Was that a focus for you this offseason?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Coach just talked to me about being just more of a complete player, not being limited to a role or anything like that. So that's been a major point of emphasis. Just coming out here working with Miles, working with some of the DBs, just some of the things they look for pre-snap, post-snap as well. Just small, coverage techniques. So that's been very beneficial.
Is there anything you tried to change with your body to make yourself better at that, or?
It's mostly a footwork thing. I feel like that was mostly my problem. Getting on the ladders, that was really big. Conditioning also plays a big part of it. As the game or as practice wears on, you kind of you feel yourself drag a little bit. So just being in shape really helps.
Did you make conditioning a point of emphasis through the last few months too?
Not necessarily condition as in how much I can run, but more of, just distance, just running, sprint for 5 yards, then kind of pacing yourself for 20. It's sort of a difference. So yeah, definitely worked on that.
With the type of offenses you guys face, do you feel as if it's especially important for linebackers to be good at pass coverage?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, because Coach always tells us this year we're gonna, just tempo. That's pretty much the mantra in the Pac-12. So just getting abreast of it, that's a real big thing.
How has the linebackers' roles changed maybe a little bit since Tom Bradley began in the spring?
Yeah, he's definitely putting a much more on us than we're probably traditionally accustomed to. Now, just for me, for instance, I'm moving a whole lot more, dropping back more. Sometimes I rush, sometimes I don't. Just with Miles, you see his role has changed. But I mean, I guess as a linebacker core, he just puts a lot more coverage aspects to it.
Are you been the toughest tackle to pass rush against this spring?
Connor McDermott for sure. He's came a long way just from his shoulder surgery. But I mean, even our sophomore year, his sophomore year when we came in against Stanford, he did a phenomenal job. But then he got injured, he messed up his shoulder, then he kind of lagged a little bit. So he's always had the potential.
What makes him so tough to go against?
He's really patient. Like a lot of long guys, they'll just stick their hands out. It's kind of easy either to swipe him away or duck him. But he's like really patient. I think that's what he's really good at.
Are you weighing about the same since the Alamo Bowl?
About 230, 229-ish. I've weighed in about 230, pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Who was the toughest guy you went up against in the Pac-12 last week?
Toughest guy I won against the Pac-12 last year, probably Zach Banner from USC. He was a really good player. I feel like just his length presented a pretty good challenge. As the game wore on, I think we figured out a plan for him, but he was definitely one of the best.
Tom Bradley was talking about how he was going to meet these guys one-on-one. Have you gone to meet with him at all?
Oh, yes, sir. As a matter of fact, we've met one-on-one a lot of times.
What's he like, or what was he like?
He's a great guy. He's just full of so much wisdom. He has just a ton of experience, and he relates to guys really well. And so we just got in a one-on-one. Just basically chopped it up for a little bit. It's more of at first it was more of a meet and greet thing, like you learn me, I learn you, things like that. But as they wore on, it was more positional aspect of it.
What kind of positional things does he talk to you about or emphasize?
Just emphasize what he wants in terms of disguise and things like that. So it's mostly been along those lines.